my name is Brooke Lippman.
And I'm Dr. Deb Lippman.
And this is Wine Together,
A podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready. Okay.
Bruce, Brookie.
Cheers.
Italians, oh, ching ching. Ching ching. Yeah.
Chin chin.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot which country we were drinking our wine from.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry.
I just mentioned it like
I know.
a minute ago.
And already the brain just turned off.
Okay. Well, this week we are going to be talking about games.
Yes, probably one of my least favorite subjects.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never forget, when it was, I guess it's still a big deal in the United States to kind of incorporate gaming into the classroom. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I could do it. It's so funny because when I watch you play, and you hopefully can vouch for this, I can watch someone play and I can tell you exactly probably what you need to be doing. Whether I know the game or not. Oh, you need to get, because they all kind of, all games, especially video games, is what I'm saying. Video games tend to have this pattern, and I recognize patterns. And so, I don't know, what's the game where the guy was, you had to learn to shoot the gun? What?
Oh, Uncharted?
Uncharted.
I
And when you were
cannot-
early in that game, I was like, oh, you need to hit that
Yeah.
barrel. I knew you needed to hit that
when
barrel.
I was playing in college, I had one of my roommates do all the shooting parts, and I did the rest of it.
Which I'm gonna say I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
As your mom, yeah, I'm okay with that.
I could not get through the shooting parts without dying.
Yeah, so I can recognize in games what to do, but as far as me learning myself, as far as what button on the controller to use, I don't think it's just like I don't. Again, as a piece of technology, I'm just not sure I'm ready to kind of learn. I mean, like I said, I love watching you guys play. I love the music in most video games.
Yeah.
And I'm also not a big board game player. And it's so funny because I married a man that is. And there was one thing that, I think that it always bothered him that I didn't spend weekends, making you guys play board games with us. It just was never, it's not something I grew up with. The only game I grew up with was Monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
And I obviously, I still dislike playing that game. You saw how I got.
Yeah.
I was so pouty and whiny, and I don't like it when that part of me comes out, and I absolutely feel like I can't control it. Like, I was trying really hard to control it that day we were playing the Ted Lasso Monopoly. I was trying so hard to control the emotion, which is so silly. Because I would tell you guys, it's just a game, it's just a game. But here and now, when I get involved in it, and nobody wants to kind of participate the way I was trying to participate, I got upset.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. And I'm so embarrassed. In fact, I want to cry right now.
No.
Just thinking about it. It's so silly.
I think, because, I get super competitive about games. I think I've gotten a lot better in the last few years, but oh my gosh, in middle school, even younger, I would be so competitive. I would never lose at Candyland.
Would you cheat to win?
I don't think I ever actually cheated.
Well, it's in your genetics to cheat to win.
But here's the thing, when we played Trivial Pursuit, I used to memorize the answers to the cards so that I could never lose. But I didn't cheat. I just remembered what the answers were.
And it's so
I was learning.
I love Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, I love every version of it. It's just something, mainly because I tend to soak up just random knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, me too.
And so I love that game. And that's one game that I used to be pretty good at. It's been a while since I played any versions of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a game I actually was really good at. And people used to want to be on my team. Like when I'd go to parties, they'd bring out Trivial Pursuit, and I'd be like, oh, they would say, I'm going to be on Deb's team. I want to be on Deb's team. I mean, this is from way back before I even met your dad. And so, yeah, that was something, you know, and people just like, people I went to high school with kind of knew that. And so I was considered a favorite teammate for that game at parties. But, yeah, you know, Justin and I would sit around, and sometimes we would just sit around, and instead of like running the game, we would just sit and ask each other the questions.
Yeah, we used to always do.
And we loved that. I mean, just, you know, we just loved that. And especially when we got a new version of it. And Justin and I would read the questions.
Yeah.
Learn the answers.
Well, we had the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit, and even before I had read the books, I knew all of the answers to it because I don't lose at Trivial Pursuit.
But do you cheat to win?
No, I memorized the answers. That's learning.
It is learning, and I will say, and I think that's one reason I really like that game, is because it is about learning. And, you know, so.
I'm sure we have it, like.
I'm sure we do. And that's something, you know, I probably would. Now, I'm sure I don't remember all the answers now because, you know, I have new knowledge in my head,
well,
right?
Yeah, I never
And honestly, old knowledge does get pushed out.
Well, we had the Trivial Pursuit for kids, so I only knew the answers to those ones. I don't think I ever played the adult one.
Oh, well, we actually have. We have I think we have one of the first original versions.
We have the first edition.
Yeah. And so that to me, you know, I'm kind of proud of that, you know. But, you know, now your father loves to play games. Video games, board games, mind games. Yeah, he does. I'm just kidding. He likes the competition. He is a competitive person. He likes the competition. And, yeah, so I think that that's just always been kind of, I mean, it's the classic board games, Risk. He loved that. Axis and Allies. I mean, they would leave that game set up for weeks. Just weeks on the table. And, you know, and I will say, I'm glad. I mean, I like to keep things clean and tidy and put away. I'm so glad I wasn't pushy about that. I was at least able to say, okay, in my time, things will get cleaned up. And I wouldn't feel bad about that. Oh, when we would have painting sessions for weekends at a time, we'd buy canvases and get lots of different paint and just do, I mean, especially on weekends when your niece was going to be in the house for the weekend, we made sure we had lots of art supplies and we'd spend weekends painting and doing things like that. And lots of games, like we would, for a while, it seemed like every time we were going to be at the beach for a week, your dad would go and buy a new game.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time, he got lots of new games, and it just, I mean, y'all love that. So we have a collection of board games to rival some of the best homes. And we have a great collection.
There's games that we've never played. We have that murder mystery game that we have
we haven't done that because we wanted it to be an event.
Like 15 years.
Well, you know what? We wanted it to be an event, but you know what? We can't be this weekend because we have Fastnacht.
We have to have like 9 people.
No, we don't. It's going to have to be the 3 of us.
No, it says you have to have a certain amount of people.
I don't know how to plan for that.
I don't either. I always loved Say Anything. That game was really fun.
My goodness. Okay. Yeah. And I was so angry one year that there was a certain dump that came out of my mouth for everything. Dump. Because he's a dump. He's just a dump. Y'all probably all know what I'm talking about.
But no, that was when I actually introduced you to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but you didn't watch it for a couple years until like later. But it was the one I showed you the video clip of Jake Peralta making them sing "I Want It That Way" in the lineup box.
Yeah.
I showed you that because we were playing. I had put that on, like, or put something like that on my card when we were playing Say Anything.
Yeah.
No, it was good.
I do like that game. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
And then there was, one year at the beach.
I had
go
to
ahead.
add this. Like, apparently, we're the only ones that like that game.
Like you and I?
No,
Oh.
the two of us.
Yeah, just you and I.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's where it's the whole family.
saying someone's
No
name.
one else likes it.
Yeah. Because every time I try
Oh
to
my
play
goodness,
it, like,
I
no one
love
else wants
it.
to play it.
Well, I do
I don't
love
think
it. That's
Glenn
something you
likes
and I
playing
can
it.
just do then.
Well,
We
I
laugh
think
at
you
each
have
other.
to have 3 people because of, like... But, I mean, we could just do the prompts on the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be funny. We should record. We should like drink ahead of time. Record an episode while we're playing and drink during.
Yeah. Okay.
So like have a little tipsy game of say anything.
I would love to have any tipsy games. That would be fun.
To record that we do a show on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we could do a tipsy
But we
game.
have to get other people to play, though.
Okay. All right. Well, we got lots of time.
Yeah.
We think of something. There was a game. I remember one year at the beach. Sometimes I get lucky because, I never seem to understand the rules of games.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I just get lucky. And one year we were at the beach, and I can't remember the name of this particular card game, but I don't know, was it like Scary Cats or
Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens. Okay. I got so lucky the first time I ever played that.
won it.
And I'll never forget, it was
first
down
time-
to me and your
The first time
sister-in-law.
I played, I won, and then I never played again because I didn't want to lose. I could not lose.
It just
anything.
went so long. The round went so long, and people were falling out of the game, getting out of the game, and it was down to just the two of us, me and her. And I thought, oh gosh, do I let her win? How do I let her win? I was just always kept thinking was because I don't want to be like, we were all at the beach together having such a great time. I thought I don't want it to be awkward. I don't want to like show that strong competitive streak to her because I don't know if I ever had. And then I won, and I was like, oh. But it was just, a lot of times, it's just luck of the draw. When it's a card game, unless somebody stacks the deck, it is really luck. And then, and in the front part of the game, playing your cards right. That makes sense to get you to further down the line.
Except Uno. I always win at Uno.
Okay, now, I never win at Uno. So that's probably why I say I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it is a competitive game, and,
Oh, yeah.
and there was one time I bullied my way in a game. It was just me and your dad. I was playing one of the risk games, the ones that has the Admiral. My hair looks a mess.
I don't know. I don't know the risk
Okay.
games. I don't like them.
And so I don't know how to play Risk. I had never played Risk. And so this is one of the smaller Risk games. And so you have a boat and you have to do something. You have to like earn the privilege of the boat or something like that. So anyway, he kind of told me the rules about the boat. And then so my next turn, I wanted the boat. And I sailed across the ocean and took over all his land and won in like 2 rolls. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was easy to win, right?
Yeah.
Turns out I really just got lucky.
Yeah.
And he didn't see it coming. Because, of course, he thought he was smarter than me and better than me. And he didn't see it coming, and he didn't see that I was going to play it like that. And, I mean, all I want to do is get the game over with. Because anytime I start a board game, my first objective is to be done. I don't want it to go on for hours, days, weeks. I'm just not that.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about stuff like that. Which is probably why I can't I can't make myself learn how to play video games. I don't want to get, sucked down into that rabbit hole, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I get sucked down into it with any other device, Kindle, phones, I'll go into that electronic rabbit hole and just, wallow there.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good, but I have this solitaire app on my phone where even if I try to do all the objectives every day, and I can usually get them all in like one deal, but then sometimes I will just be playing for way too long.
Yeah. I think that we don't realize how much time goes by. It's just like today I was reading and
on certain apps they don't show you, they don't let you see your clock so that you get sucked in and then you don't stop playing because you don't realize the time.
I didn't know that, but yeah, that does not surprise me at all. I noticed today I was just going to sit back there and read for 30 minutes. And then at the end of every chapter, oh gosh, I got to go. I think I sat back there, I had to have been back there 3 hours before Dad texted me and said, I'm on my way. And I thought, what? I said, and I thought to myself, do I text him back? I said, give me 5 minutes. I want to finish this book. And it's kind of, yeah, it was, yeah, I do. I just get pulled in. And yeah, I definitely did not see my time. I'm wondering on the Kindle if I don't see my clock. Because I just sit there, turn a page.
I don't think so.
I don't even. Well, I remember. I think I played Pandemic once, maybe twice.
That game
But we need to get back to that. Not that I would remember how to play. Again, I don't remember how to play any of the games except Trivial Pursuit and Monopoly.
Yeah. What about Carcassonne? Have you played that one?
I have played it, and I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We have all those extensions now.
Yeah, we do.
But we don't have a table big enough to do all of that.
I know. Yeah. We'd have to clear this mess off. So. But yeah, Carcassonne's fun. I mean, I don't. Fortunately, that's not one that I feel like I have to win. Because a lot of games I'll play and I'll just play just to play. Because like there's certain games that your dad 100% can beat me at every single time. So I just don't even try. I just let him win and say, "Oh darn, you always win," Yeah. So it's kind of funny, but yeah. But I don't know. I loved watching you play Edith Finch.
Yeah, that game is fun. I can't play it anymore though, because you have to buy it now.
Yeah, I would like to because I would like to because that's something I think I would let you teach me the control functions for that game because because the very first time I sat and watched you play it from beginning to end, I don't know if you remember that. It was actually it was winter. It was cold, and I'm pretty sure you started it before Dad got home from work. In fact, I'm pretty sure you started when it was light out.
Oh yeah, probably.
But at that time,
it's like an hour to play though.
But during that time of year, it's dark by 4:30.
Yeah, but it also gets dark really fast.
And it gets dark very fast here. Very fast here.
It took a little bit today to get dark, but usually in the winter it's in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it really does get dark fast, and so in the winter. Which is still winter. It's just late winter here right now. But I loved watching you play that game. It was so calming. It was such a good story. Now your new game. You've got a new game.
Yeah, FIFA or FC 25.
Yeah.
It's not called FIFA anymore.
No, FC 25 Football Club 2025.
The graphics are so amazing.
Oh, really?
It's so different. I love it. I like FIFA 23. That's really fun.
Because that's what you learned on.
Yeah, but it's so much cleaner.
I was going to ask. I mean, there's a few times in FIFA 23 where it gets a little close to the players. But is there more options for you to be closer? Because, even when I'm watching a live football game, I'm watching it live, and it seems like the camera is only in one position.
They have multiple different cameras when they show that. But no, because you have to be able to see all the players so you can switch between them. Because you have to, be ahead so you can see, where you're passing, what's going to happen, where the goal is, all that.
Yeah. Okay, so when you say the graphics are so good, does that mean, you can read the sponsors on the sign wall clearer?
But I mean, just everything looks much cleaner. The lines are really nice and clean.
Okay.
I mean, not that they weren't, but it looks a little less cartoony than
Okay.
FIFA 23. I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain it better. You'll have to see it.
Well, I learned from a TV show that we were watching about a football club. That these when you're seeing the men wear the sports bras now, it's all about this game.
Yeah,
It's
like,
about
not really.
developing the moves and
not just about the game. It's also
but yeah, there's
they
stats
do
and stuff like that.
And for health reasons, I'm pretty sure. I think they check their like heart rate. And
Well,
all
I'm
that
sure
stuff.
that all that plays into
Yeah.
it, but the big reason was
Well, yeah, for the
to begin, because they used to get the football players to come into a studio, do a few moves, and they had all that stuff, on their bodies. But now they can do it in real time.
Technology is amazing.
And it just, so now you will play a game and something might happen, and somebody who watches as avidly as you can say, I saw that game. I saw that game when that move was made, So there's a chance of that, with the way that they're, kind of creating the content for
I know
these
you
games
think
now.
I'm an avid watcher, but trust me, I'm not even close.
Okay, well.
I watch like one team, so I see maybe 2 or 3 games a week.
Yeah, well, it's much more than me.
Yeah. The games are
I'm still in the stone age of entertaining myself by, biting my nails, painting my nails.
Don't bite your nails.
I know, it's terrible. I've gotten good about not biting the nails. I just now bite the skin around my nails.
I have not bitten my nails since my birthday.
I know, and I'm so proud of you. They look beautiful. Your hands look beautiful. I'm just really proud of you. Super, super proud. I haven't kind of, it's just, I don't know, it's just not a path I go down. I probably would enjoy it. I hope that I wouldn't be, I would hope that I'm eventually going to get mature enough and confident enough in myself to not behave the way I did during the Ted Lasso Monopoly game. I'm so embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. Yeah, so what made you, I know the family you grew up in, so you think that's part of the reason you're kind of, because I remember when the middle schools were going to incorporating games into classrooms, and what was that, Class Quest, or what was the name of that?
Cool math games.
Cool math, you love. Now look, I don't mind cool math because I think they're fantastic.
I love cool math.
But no, there was a game, it was like a quest game. Oh, the one
that I did in science class?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't remember the name of it, but I actually really did.
But y'all would go home and you could log on. It's almost like they were giving you permission for screen time that the parents didn't necessarily agree to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It was really cool. I don't remember what it was, but it was really fun.
Class Quest or something?
I don't know. But it was really cool. It was a way to, get us to connect with our classmates, even though I hated my classmates. But that's just because that class was so easy.
Yeah.
Science class. Middle school science was too easy for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess it was kind of fun. But also, I had one of the most obnoxious people in my group. So,
no.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you thought I was.
No, I think
name drop because there's no way I know that there's no way this person watches.
No, don't take a chance. We don't take a chance.
Possible way.
Mama probably still works there, and is that who you don't know?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about someone else.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. But anyway, moving on from that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see. I remember. In fact, I'm putting away my papers from graduate school because it's getting that time that I can actually start binding up my research and kind of being free from that. And I was reading through some papers that I had written, and I was like, gosh, did I really write that? I don't know how my brain was that good. But it was about incorporating games into classrooms. And your 6th grade math teacher she was about, I don't know, it started out, she was a year ahead of me.
6th grade math, that was my 6th grade science teacher.
Science, that's what I meant.
Math was the other guy.
Yeah, I meant science. And I had science in my brain, and I don't know how math came out, because I got to think about him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the word math came out, because, sorry. Yeah, anyway, She had started about a year ahead of me at the same school for her doctorate. So we were kind of sharing ideas and stuff like that. And so she was always a year ahead of me. And she ended up graduating like 2 years ahead of me, I think, or maybe even 3. I don't remember. I fell behind with the move to Switzerland. So
Well, she also didn't have kids.
right, and so so when we were talking about this one class, she ended up making part of that her dissertation research. And so, talking about integrating technology and gaming into the science class. And so I thought it was pretty good. That was an interesting topic. And, and I say this a lot too, that, I'm that digital immigrant.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys are all digital natives that Prinsky talks about. And it just, I don't know. I always feel so inadequate, self-conscious about starting a new technology. I mean, I got a new phone and I'm a mess with it. I can't figure out why it won't send you pictures. I can't figure out why. It just is weird. And I know it's going to take me, a little while, but I got to get this thing figured out. Because again, it's one of those things where I can't stand that time in between that learning curve. I don't like that time because I feel inadequate.
Yeah. Well, there is
the whole game thing.
One game in the classroom that I can't stand. It's Kahoot.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I get way too competitive. I hate when I lose that game.
Yeah.
So I've never, ever lost.
Did you actually play that learning German?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Every single day.
Every day? For
Almost,
how long?
almost every day.
How much of the class period did they take up with that?
The last 10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. Okay. And so you showed off in that one too?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I hate losing at Kahoot.
Yeah.
It
There was only, what, 5 or 6 people in there?
There were, at the end of the class, there were 4 of us.
4.
5 of us.
Okay.
Wait. 4 of us.
Wow.
At one point, there were 9.
See, I would like that. Every time I had a German class, Jesus, we would have anywhere between 15 and 21 students in every class. It's hard on Zoom, though, because I was taking it during COVID, so.
But, oh my gosh, no, I hate losing at Kahoot. And, that's the thing is, how you do depends on how fast you go. So I'm a pretty fast reader, so I could read the question really fast. And I got pretty good at not looking at my phone to answer, because I knew where all the things were.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. And, I'm glad that the classroom can incorporate games and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the last place I was working, we couldn't incorporate devices because, they'd break the law. So, it was not. And then I think that's sad when there's a school that cannot use technology because those students are going to leave that facility and be so far behind because of that lacking that technology piece.
That's because no one is actually helping them.
Right.
To be better.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a particularly tough assignment for me because I went in there with all these grand ideas and thinking I was going to change somebody's world and didn't.
Well.
But, we'd have been able to play games. No, just kidding. Well, I don't know if that would have worked.
Even in German class we had other games that we played too. So we had a piece of paper with different, with the different prepositions on it, and then we would have dice for, or die for,
Würfel.
Yeah, for the Würfeln is
Würfeln.
plural. Würfel is plural.
It might be Würfeln, L-N.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But anyway, we would have different verbs that we would have to conjugate and with our pieces. So you roll it to see how many spaces you go, and then that number also is a verb. And so we would go between modal verb, Trennbar verbs,
Trennbar, yeah.
all the others and stuff too.
Okay. reflexive.
Yeah.
Okay, so my German teacher, she younger than me. Oh, her birthday was like Sunday.
Oh,
Dang,
cool.
I should have.
Arda Guler's birthday is today.
And so
He plays for Real Madrid.
okay, she would bring like a ball, and you remember popcorn reading?
Yes,
Remember
I
that
do.
game? Okay.
That's not a game.
So it is
That's
a game.
a way to shame
It's-
your students who do not want to read in front of the
No.
class.
And so she would bring a ball, and it would kind of do popcorn reading kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that again to me it is a type of game. But
Yeah.
careful, don't
Sorry.
don't rip it out. So I mean I think it's funny that we don't even until we had this conversation you don't even start thinking about all the times of different types of
Yeah,
games.
there's a lot of different types of games.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely like sport games.
Mm-hmm.
I like that and that type of competition.
Mm-hmm. You're
But
gonna have to
I
type
like
that
brain
away
games,
because
too.
I'm gonna keep messing with it if it's.
I like brain games too. I really do. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that everybody says, "Oh, that's why you need to learn to play video games because you'd be good at it." And I also know that I wouldn't do anything else, or at least I think that I wouldn't do anything else. I don't know.
You could always set an alarm on your phone for like when you need to stop playing.
Yeah, I should have done that today when I was reading and didn't. But and I thought, well, I'm only going to read for 20 minutes. And then your dad texted me, and it's like, oh my gosh, is it really 5:30? What? No way. But there was something else I was going to say about games. I think it was about when you were younger and on vacations, but unfortunately that has just
Well, I
ran away
remember
from my
in
brain.
the house in Rulesville, we had the loft where we had all the games
Yeah.
and stuff, and we'd all. It was a good thing that was an open space, though.
Why is that?
I don't know. We probably would have hurt each other a lot more.
Yeah, I'm glad that there were only 2 walls.
Uh-huh.
Because you get to the top of the stairs and it's right off the stairway. And then, of course, it opened up because our foyer, when you walked in, it was like 2 levels of the house. So it was like 22-foot ceilings or something like that. And so the loft, was off of that. So there was no wall there looking down at the front door. And then, no wall at the stairs. But that was a great space. And we have a lot of games. And I don't even think all of them were stored there. There were several that were stored in our bedroom.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. I will tell you, were you here when we had a friend from Romania, a friend from Belgium come here, and they brought...
Yes.
Okay, you were here. I'd been drinking a little too much that night. I'm sure I embarrassed you good as much I am. Sorry. Okay, that probably is not a game I would play again.
Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah.
I love that game.
Okay, yeah. That was kind of funny.
Well,
And
we
then-
have the kiddie version, Apples to Apples. It's the kiddie version of Cards
Okay.
Against Humanity.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's the same game, it's just more appropriate.
Yeah, okay. I remember your uncle and he and a friend came to stay with us in North Carolina for a weekend. And I think they brought that game. Anyway, we put you guys all to bed and we played and woke up the next morning and we drank a lot that night. And then the next day he said, I didn't know you had such a dirty mouth. I was like, what? I've never shown you that side of me. He was like, no. He said, I was not prepared for that. I said, sorry. But it is kind of his fault because they came there. I'm pretty sure it was towards the end of the ACC season, basketball season. And Duke was playing Virginia.
Yeah, I went to that game.
No, you went to another one.
Was that?
This is a different
that wasn't
weekend.
the one that I got
But
taken out of school to go to?
no, from
That
that
was
math
really cool.
teacher. Yeah. Um, but they came and they said, oh, well, we've made up a drinking game. While watching the basketball game, you have to pick a player from the team that you like, and every time that player scores, you have to drink.
Okay.
Oh,
We should do a football drinking game.
We could do that. We could do that.
There's a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's at 9:30.
Oh, Lord. Well, no.
All the games
It's going to have to be
There's a game, I think, on Saturday that's not late at night.
But we've got so many plans for Saturday. This is
What is
Fastnacht week. Oh, did they shoot the cannon off this morning?
I don't know. I was asleep.
I think I missed it.
I'm in a nice, corner where I can't really hear anything from outside.
Oh, that's nice.
Unless my door is open.
Yeah.
But I can see all the headlights from that street that go, right up to my bed. Because of how the light carries.
Yeah.
It goes, straight up the middle.
Oh, yeah. That kind of happens. So you can make a drinking game at night when the headlight.
It's not too many because it's that neighborhood that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of traffic around here.
Yeah.
Unless something special's going on, which is not normally. No, not often.
Unless the Italians win the
Unless
Euros.
the Italians win the Euros. And then we're surrounded by them. But, yeah, there's something. They're loud.
Anyway.
Driving their cars through town.
The green fireworks.
Yeah. That's so funny. So, if you got involved with a young adult kind of we don't call it intramurals when it's, rec league, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., we'd call it a rec league
Mm-hmm.
kind of sport. What do you think you'd want to do?
Well, I think, I don't know. I feel like the only sport here that I'd be good at, would be football.
Yep. Well, your dad would like to join the tennis club.
Yeah. I can barely play tennis.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely
He
can.
tried
I used to
teaching me
be
how to
pretty
play
good.
tennis.
Yeah, but you said you wanted him to keep working with you.
Well, yeah, if that means that I get to go to a gym.
Yeah.
Then I'll play tennis.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the gym that we would like to join, you and I would like. I think it has tennis. For summer and winter. I think it's covered in the winter.
They have ice skating.
Yep, they do have ice skating. I don't know when the last weekend is, but probably early March, which is technically next week.
Yep, this weekend actually.
Yep. Yeah, I guess it is.
Saturday. This is the first episode of March.
Yeah, this will drop March 1st. Yeah. Second, sorry. Oh, I gotta do something by Friday, Crystal's birthday. I gotta do something by Friday. Okay. Goodness gracious. Oh, well. I don't know. I mean, we like playing games in our family. I think that, anytime somebody comes over, we always have something we could just break out. Mm-hmm. So, anybody want to come over, we got lots of games we could break out and play. And then, of course, I love watching you guys play. So, I'm always satisfied. Mm-hmm. I'll sit there and at the end of the couch while your dad's playing. That's embarrassing.
I was like, what is that?
It's time to take my evening meds.
But is it bedtime?
No, just my evening meds. And so I think that, I'm always kind of just entertained. But, and I never feel I don't feel an urge to learn. I don't feel this, I don't sit and pick at my nails because I'm wanting to learn to play the games. Mm-hmm. It's just something that, could come or go for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you. I mean, how long can you go between, you just got FC25 a week ago.
Yeah.
It's not even been a week.
No.
Nope. Friday?
Something like
Friday
that,
will be a week. So, but you don't feel this need to just go down there and just play it. I mean, I know you set it up on the PS5 that sits back of the apartment. So
I played half a game on it, and then I haven't played since Sunday.
Yeah.
But I mean, with I went like 6 months without playing FIFA 23. I think
Okay.
probably a little less than that.
So
But
it's not one of those things where you feel, because I'll tell you, your father was in the U.S. with me for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually over 3 weekends, so it was kind of more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was over a 3 weekend period, and I'll never forget. I went to meet him the first weekend and stay, and I thought the plan was first weekend I drive, second weekend he drives, third weekend I drive.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't turn out that way. I drove every time. So I did the 2 hour drive every time. Well, I guess it was about an hour and a half, not 2 hours. And so, but one time, the second weekend there, I can't remember, we were trying to make plans or something like that. And he said, "Do you know how long it's been since I've played Elden Ring?" And I thought to myself, what? You're really itching that bad to get back to that game. So I guess he was. And then he got back and he bought some kind of like additional piece, DC or whatever, whatever it is that they do. So I thought that was kind of funny, that that need to get back to it. So I don't have that. I don't feel that when I'm away from anything.
Yeah,
I don't even feel that when I'm away from it. I can let a book sit on the shelf. I can start it and let it sit on the shelf 6 months because I'm reading something else or doing something else.
Yeah.
And I don't. But then when I get back to it, like, I had told myself, oh, I'm only going to read for 20 minutes a day, and then, it might take me 2 weeks to finish this book. No. Sometimes I'll get so into it that I don't. I let it take over. Sort of like the games do with other people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Which I think if you're not hurting anybody, and you're not, it's not hurting your family dynamic. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If it's a mental health break for somebody, so be it. Be Rick Stevens. Is that his name on Rick and Morty? Rick Sanchez. Be Rick Sanchez.
I don't know.
And do what you got to do to kind of get through your day. Yeah, I think it's funny. Well, I mean, I like talking about this stuff. It's fun because I like the memories that we've shared over games. And so I know that we didn't always specifically have a game night, but sometimes we did. Sometimes we do make sure we had a game weekend planned. And so, I love the memories. And so that's why I like talking about this subject. But we hope that you've enjoyed our conversation.
We'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new topic. If you want to join the conversation, follow us on Instagram and TikTok @WineTogetherPod. And if you don't want to miss out on our regular weekly episodes, along with all our bonus content, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, as well as subscribing, liking, and commenting on our YouTube, Wine Together Podcast.